What's up guys, it's Legend Navi, and in this video I will be telling you guys my top 10 Zelda enemies, and this was requested by Donovan Geese. He said top 10 creatures, but I'm just going to do enemies, basically the same thing. And if you guys can comment more on what I should make videos on, I will definitely respond to them and probably do them, as you see here, but it's really helpful for me to get ideas from you guys and what you guys want to see. But anyways, yeah, top 10 Zelda enemies, so let's go straight to the number 10 spot. Alright, so for my number 10 spot, I really didn't have anything to put, so I just put an Octorok. So basically, what these are just octopus-like creatures that shoot rocks. And basically they're one of the first enemies you'll ever see, and its first appearance was in the original Legend of Zelda, and honestly it's been in basically every single other game. Haven't really seen, I've seen the Octorok in basically every game, so yeah, but it's so easy to beat. You just gotta deflect the rock that it shoots at you, and Navi actually tells you to bounce back the rocks it spits at you, and then Tattles, I don't know, it's a fairy from Majora's Mask, but basically it says all you have to do is deflect that rock it spits out. So it's a pretty easy enemy to defeat, but it is an original, and that's why it made the number 10 spot, not because it looks cool or it's a very hard enemy to defeat. But yeah, that was my number 10 spot. Let's go straight to the number 9 spot. Alright, so for the number 9 spot we have the Chila, and this is basically a spider from Zelda. Again, this has been in a lot of Zelda games, and this is definitely a bit more challenging than the Octorok, but Twilight princesses are pretty scary, to be honest. Jeez. Okay, but I remember them mostly from Ocarina and Majora's Mask, probably the most. And basically, you gotta defeat them by making them spin around, or they do it by themselves, and basically shooting with the bow or hitting their belly, which is their weak spot. So that is how you defeat them. And yeah, that is the Chila from basically a lot of Zelda games, again, in a lot. So yeah, that is the Chila, and that's about all I've got to say for that spider. So yeah, I guess let's just go right to the number 8 spot. Alright, so this enemy, oh gosh, it is probably one of the most annoying enemies in Zelda, and this is the Re-Deads. So if you've played Ocarina, Majora's Mask, The Wind Waker, or even Twilight Princess has some, I'm pretty sure, you've experienced what I have. And basically, what these things do... How many times has Skype come up when I'm recording videos? Gosh dang it. Oh my goodness. But anyways, you've basically experienced what I have, and that they're just annoying as but yeah, they really are just, oh man, the reason that they're on the list is not because they're cool, okay? It's because they're so annoying and really actually a pretty hard enemy in Zelda, and that is why it is in this list. But Navi says its gaze will paralyze you if it bites you, and yeah, it bites you guys. Tap any button to escape. Good. And then Tatty, I'm just gonna call it that. It's the fairy from Majora's Mask, like in the last one, but it's nothing really to be afraid of. It's unusual to find something in its stomach that might be of use. So she doesn't think that it's a big deal, which I think it is. Boy. Oh man, but yeah, they're really annoying, okay? So that's basically the redeads, and that concludes my number. That's my number 8 spot, right? Yeah, I think. So let's go straight to the number 7. Alright, so for the number 7 spot, we have the Deccan Bhava. So this is, again, a very common enemy in Zelda. I have faced it a lot, and have seen it a lot, and they're almost like the piranha plants from Super Mario, and kind of basically are, but basically they, like I said, are like the piranha plants, and they try to bite you. So, yeah, those, I don't know, they're not very challenging, but they just occur in a lot of Zelda games, and that is part of the reason why they got this spot. But yeah, that's about it for the Deccan Bhavas. Not much to say about them. You guys should probably all know what they are by now, but yeah, so those are the Deccan Bhavas, and I will see you guys in the number 6 spot. Alright, so for our number 6 spot, we have the Moblins, and again, like, a lot of these enemies are very reoccurring enemies, and the Moblins have been in basically every single game. They first came out with the original Legend of Zelda, and I especially like the ones from Breath of the Wild. I like how they look, and but they've again been in all the games with different designs. And there's also even Moblin statues, which I remember from Link to the Past. I have a Let's Play on it, and I remember them. So yeah, but not really much to say about them. They're basically Ganon's, like, they look like bulldogs almost. Just, they can walk, I guess. I don't really know how to explain them, but yeah, that's the Moblins, and really not much, like I said, to explain with them, other than they really look like bulldogs, basically. So, except for the ones in Breath of the Wild, they don't really look like bulldogs. Kind of a different design on them, but yep, those are the Moblins, and I will see you guys in the number 5 spot. Alright, so for the number 5 spot, well, number 5, we have the Tektites, and I didn't actually know this, but they first appeared in the original Legend of Zelda, and I just remember them from Ocarina very well, and I'm just gonna go over the Ocarina ones. So basically, the first time that you see them in Ocarina is, I'm pretty sure, when you're going up Death Mountain, and there's like red ones, and those can walk on land, but the blue ones can actually, like, they jump on water. They kind of remind me of those bugs that can skim across water. Basically, they look like that, but they have 4 legs, and they're not too hard to defeat, but they kind of are hard because they keep jumping around, and I'm pretty sure it takes 2 hits with the sword. Maybe a jumping attack can do it with 1 hit, but again, they're pretty hard sometimes, and Navi says to lock on it when it jumps at you with Z targeting, and that it's hard to beat on water and to lure it on land, and that's what Navi said. And Taddy said basically the same thing, and she said to use Z targeting to follow it as it bounces. So basically, you want to use Z targeting. But again, didn't know that it was actually, what the f was that? Oh my goodness. Okay, but again, a reoccurring enemy that I did not actually know was in a lot of Zelda games. So that is the number 5 spot, and let's go straight to the number 4 spot. And these 4 are actually really my favorites that I really like. So yeah, so let's just go straight to the number 4 spot. Alright, so for my number 4 spot, we have the Choo-Choos from Wind Waker, and I know they're in other games, but I especially like the ones in Wind Waker. I think they're pretty cute, but the thing about these Choo-Choos are that each color actually does something different. So the red ones, I'm pretty sure, drops hearts, the green one drops magic, The dark ones, I have no idea, honestly. And the blue ones, I'm pretty sure that the blue and yellow ones are electric or something. There's a lot of different ones, like there's a rock choo-choo, a helmet choo-choo, ice choo-choo. There's a lot of choo-choos, but oh my gosh, that sounds weird. But yeah, I mean those are the choo-choos. I like how they're different colors of them, and that they basically are one of the easiest Zelda enemies, but that's not why they're in this list. So yeah, those are the choo-choos. Let's go straight to the number 3 spot right now. Alright, so for my number 3 spot is quite a different one, and these are the Twilight Assassins. Now, if you don't know what these are, I actually didn't know what the name of them were either, but there's the Twilight Assassins and the Shadow Beasts. They're basically the same thing, so I'll just say it's a Twilight Assassin, but the name is just like, really? And basically, when you're in the Twilight Realm as a dog, you have to fight, like, I think a group of 3, and basically there's, like, walls that you can't get out of, and you have to defeat all 3 of them at once, or if you don't do that, if you just go, like, one by one, it's not going to work, because once you kill 2, let's say if there's 3, you kill 2 of them off, the last one standing is actually going to do this creepy, like, whale thing, and basically will revive the other 2 dead ones. And I just remember, like, when I was littler, like, when I was, like, 5, I was playing Twilight Princess, and I encountered these, and I just shut the game off because of how creepy they are. They don't have eyes, and they're, oh, man. Just kind of creepy. Still kind of freaks me out when I face them today. But those are the Twilight Assassins, and oh, okay, so that was the number 3 spot. Let's go straight to the number 2 spot. Alrighty, so for my number 2 spot, I have the Stout Foes, and basically what these are skeletons that have swords and shields, and they're actually very challenging, and that is why I like these enemies, because of how challenging they are. I especially remember facing them in Ocarina, at the Forest Temple, where there's like 2 different levels, and you had to fight them off to get to the next level and fight Phantom or something, Ganon, I don't know, but yeah, they're just really hard enemies to beat and very fun to try to beat. Really like facing them again, and that's why they're in this list. They are very strong, but Navi says to lure it close to you and watch its movement carefully. Attack it when it drops its guard. So basically, it has its shield out, but when it attacks, it does not. So that's why. That's when you attack it. So that is the Stalfos. Not much else to say about it. Basically a skeleton with a sword and shield, but that's about it. So let's go to my personal favorite Zelda enemy. And this is kind of similar to this one, but anyways, let's just go straight to it. Alright, so for my personal favorite Zelda enemy, and this is coming from Twilight Princess, but is in a lot of other games as well, this is the Dark Nut. Now, when I first heard the name of this, I'm like, oh, this is probably some weak little nut that's dark that attacks you or something, I don't even know, but basically what the Dark Nut is a Stalfos that has been armored up, and the sword and shield actually look very similar to a Stalfos, so I'm thinking maybe it is actually a Stalfos that is basically more armored up, but I'm not sure. I just really remember the battle from Twilight Princess, that you battle it. It's very challenging, and I love how hard this enemy is. So that is part of the reason why I love it, and I also like how cool it looks. I mean, it looks really cool. Now, why did they call it a Dark Nut though? Like, I know you could have called it like a Dark Prince, but that would have been kind of, I don't know, it wouldn't have been a good name, I guess. Dark Nut just doesn't really fit it too well, I don't think, but Man, they're really cool, and very challenging, and that is why it is in my #1 spot. And these are the Dark Nuts from Twilight Princess, and not from any other game. I like the ones from Twilight Princess the most, so I'm going off of those ones. But anyways, that concludes my top 10 Zelda enemies. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to subscribe, comment, and like it. And again, this was requested by Donovan Geese. So thank you for doing that, and I will take you guys' requests any day because it's kind of hard for me to make ideas on my own, so your guys' help would be appreciated. And so yeah, but another thing to mention is I will be doing a giveaway, face reveal, and a shout out to my first 50 subscribers. If you do subscribe, that would help me reach that goal. And my giveaway is going to be pretty cool, so make sure to subscribe for that. But that's about all I have to say for this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.